serious? What is the most common lie you tell? I read the terms and conditions. No one reads that. When my mom sees me at 5:00 am and asks if I woke up early, I say yes. Haha. That feeling of regret when you start to see the sun rising ass. When someone asks, "How are you?" I always say good even if I'm not good. Nobody actually accepts you to say anything other than "I'm good, I'm fine." You? I've only known a few people who have actually gone no. How have you been doing? I'm really sorry, but I have to catch a train so I cannot continue this conversation. My real name is tricky on the English tongue, so I go by a normal name that sounds very similar. I call it my fast food name. Knew a girl named Thereth that just went by Tara. She was Cambodian. I'm okay. Just a little tired. That's my favorite one to use. All day. Every day. I went to sleep before 2 am. I went to sleep at 8 pm. That's the reason I didn't reply to your messages. Don't worry. I'll start that tomorrow. Well, technically you might be true since tomorrow is a relative term. Your baby is beautiful. Actually, when I see an ugly baby, I just say your baby looks just like you. My grandma is super savage. When she saw my cousin's daughter, her great-granddaughter, for the first time, my cousin was like, "Isn't she beautiful?" and our grandma remarked, "Not at all. But she surely will be." That's enough cheese. I did not expect this, but yes. Best answer in this thread. This is one of the main reasons why I'm resigned to being an adult. I serve my own cheese now. I answer the phones at work and I constantly tell people that my coworkers are in meetings when they are just standing around talking. Same. He's not in his office right now. Can I leave a message? Pretends to write down number. I will pass this along. I bought this pan for my mum and she loves it. I work in a kitchen retail store. Never trust sales rep anecdotes. Literally everything they say to you is carefully constructed to influence you towards making a purchase that maximizes their profit. Not hating. That's just business. I'm okay. For me, the lie is I'm fine, doing good. I'm okay doesn't feel like a lie. Because I'm still breathing. I got out of bed. Didn't cry today. And maybe I even got something to eat. So I could have been much worse. So I am doing okay by my standards. That it for other might be doing like shitty is a whole other thing. I'm almost there, but my lazy ass still hasn't even taken a bath yet. I cut people like that out of my life. I can't handle the stress of waiting in vain when they could have told me I didn't need to. Why not be honest and say, "Sorry, I got hold up. We'll be there in an hour"? I'm sorry. I'm one of those people who find it really hard to apologize when I don't mean it, so I'm kinda jealous of this. My biological mother left me and my siblings at a young age. It tore all of us up on different ways. So instead of saying she abandoned us, I just say she died. I don't know when I started it, but it's a little lie I still tell to this day. Similar situation. Mom abandoned me at 9 after years of dragging me around on her drug-fueled sex tirades with random men. I'm so stealing this for surface level interactions. It'll spare others from the instant depression they get when I tell them about my life. Hi. It's so good to see you. It's rare that I mean it. It's been too long. It has not been long enough. I would have preferred never seeing you again. No, I do not have a crush on her. Now go away. 'Tis a heavily guarded secret that none shall know. It tastes good. Never do this. They will not improve. Also, people have tastabuds too. I often tell people they look great. Even if I don't really think it's true. Sounds pretty awful and deceptive, right? But I've noticed that I invest far more time and effort into myself and my appearance when someone gives me attention. Even if I am aware I look like garbage at the time. Sometimes people need a boost when they don't feel like there is a point. People don't compliment each other as much as I'd like them to. Be the change you want to see. I want to be an engineer. Double quote. No, I don't. Can't even tell what my passion really is. Just took up engineering because most people say it fits me. I'm in the same boat. Just picked engineering cause I've always been good at science and maths. I think it is quite personality dependent though. So if people say it suits you then it'll probably work out. I'm fine. Just tired. Double quote. The reality. Depression stinks. I say that a lot. Sometimes it's true. Sometimes I think it's true and sometimes I know it's not true. Hugs from an internet stranger. I often tell people that I sleep great. But I have horrible nightmares each night that keep me awake. I had one last night where everyone I love surrounded me and called me useless a bunch of times before I wake up. Good morning. Double quote. It's almost never true. Mornings suck. Good morning. Double quote. That remains to be seen. Double quote. Sure. Yeah. To mom asking if I've eaten. I sometimes don't get around to it until late in the afternoon and she gives me hell for it whenever she finds out. Don't worry about me. Tomorrow I will be better. Sorry man. Mom, dad just gave me work. Can we reschedule? Are you 12 or 48? That I have a lot of money saved up. I'm broke. And in debt. But I don't want my friends feeling bad when I get them stuff. I like surprising people with pizza and cool gifts. It's put me in a hole. But it's a hole I choose to live in. Seeing people happy and eating and enjoying life brings me more joy than I could ever bring myself. That I'm going to bed. I usually mean to. But there's just some correlation between the nighttime hours and productivity for me. Typing this at 6 AM after pulling yet another all-nighter in the name of writing. Same for the correlation. My best guess is that it's all of the lack of interruptions versus the day. Less text messages. Robocallers. Emails. Lawn mowing, leaf blowing. Friends calling. All of that just goes dead at night and it's easy to stay focused on your task. It was a joke. That I'm not depressed that girls never like me as more than a friend. I know what I'm about to say as I'm 14 emphasis deep material but I'm turning 31 this year and seem to still learn some basic things about my life. The moment you start to like and treat yourself as more than just a friend, people will become interested in you. Hope that reaches you and maybe helps. Peace. That I'm straight. Drops Mick. Shall I bend over to pick that up for you? That I'm happy to be single. I just wanna cuddle. Let's catch up soon. Double quote. I am never really that keen to. Telling my wife the airsoft gun I bought was reasonably priced and not too expensive. When I'm at work and customers ask me if I'm having a good day I tell them yes. That's an outright lie. When I'm at work, my day is horrible until I leave work. Yes. I'm really interested in X. And want to pursue it as a career. My whole family thinks I went to university. I moved to another city to get away from them and came back a few years later. When somebody asks me where am I don't think I've ever said where I actually was to anybody. Boss. Can you work an extra shift just this week? Me. Actually I'm busy. Sorry. In my defense, she is one of those bosses where if you give an inch you better be prepared because she will definitely take 10 miles. I'm sorry but I already have an appointment that day. Let me check another date and I will call message you. And then they never hear anything from me again. Thank you but I like to enjoy my snail shell. That I'm straight. Being closeted isn't really a choice when your country doesn't recognize LGBT+ rights. And much less so when your family is very conservative. Thankfully, I've met accepting peers in my late teens so I don't have to hide my sexuality all the time. Still, I wonder how long I can keep up this facade. Especially from my family. I'm not hungry anymore. Like I get it. You're my girlfriend and you want me to be happy when I'm over, but I eat like 3 times as much as you. I don't want you to go broke by feeding me. I don't lie very often, so here's the most common. No, I'm not trans. Just supportive of the trans community. That I like my aunt's cooking. My aunt is Greek and tries to make authentic Greek food. But she has been living in America for 20 years now and has all but forgotten how to make good Greek food. Now every time I go ever I have to eat gluten-free, dairy-free, whole foods food that tastes like ass, and I have to lie to her face that I like it. Only to have her confidence boosted to continue making more bad food. Can't come over, sorry. I'm busy, have plans when I honestly just stay at home 24/7 playing video games and watching TV. It's nicer than saying I'd rather stay home and relax than spend time with you, I suppose. That I'm allergic to pineapple. I'm actually just really sensitive to the enzyme that destroys your mouth. Lies I tell. 1. Just one more chapter. 2. Just one more episode. 3. Just one more video. 4. I have read the terms and conditions. 5. I'm 13 years old and totally not a 9-year-old that wants to play this game. One of the most common lies told by children. 6. The cat did it. 7. The dog ate my homework. People still say this even though they know no one will believe them. 8. It tastes good. 9. Everything is fine. Saying that I missed your call. That annoying toy is tired and needs a nap. Not necessarily a direct quoted lie, but I always take the blame and put the weight of things on myself. Even if I feel I was being manipulated unintentionally or that the other person was in the wrong. I always take the blame for a misunderstanding. And always say I made a mistake. Even when I feel as though I'm hurting or I didn't do anything wrong. It's just made my personal relationships better. If I ever stray from that, my relationships with people start to hurt. Yes, mum, I brushed my teeth. I won't be able to come too. Because I'm not feeling well. I'm almost done. When my parents tell me to stop playing video games and I say just one more game or let me finish that game. I have enough self-control to not eat this entire pizza. Double quote. I had trouble sleeping or I just couldn't sleep. In reality I stayed up late reading. That I'm fine with where I am in life. The truth is I'm dying inside and I don't know what my future holds, and I'm just desperately trying to anchor myself to something and tell myself that's the thing you want. And it's going to be there in a few months, so you can't kill yourself right now. Okay. So I've been depressed for 6 years. In 2018 I got a little better and started telling everyone that I'm not depressed anymore. That I don't feel sad anymore and that I'm actually feeling happy. But this is not true. I'm still very depressed, but I never talk about it. I made everyone believe that I'm happy so they won't get sad and unhappy. And in the meanwhile, I work on myself without letting anyone know. I must say, this cost a lot of energy. But I know somewhere I'm gonna pull myself up. Oh man. That really sucks, my dude. I understand how hard it can be to cope with things all on your own. If you'd like, my Instagram is skokaputdraws, we can chatter or you can send me a PM. If Reddit has that. I'm not sure if it does, hahaha, I just made my ACC a while ago. That I'm 6 feet 2 inches when I am really closer to 6 feet 0 inches. When you're over 6 feet 0 inches no one seems to question it. I lie when people ask if I forgive them. I recently slowly started to stop and it's been a rude awakening for some people. That I'm working, busy, unwell with a cold or something tangible. As an excuse for not doing something. The truth is, I have Hashimoto's and often I'm just exhausted. Even my friends who know that I'm on medication for this thing and can Google it to read about the symptoms sometimes get annoyed with me for saying I'm just too tired yet again. Having a cold or having to work late is a far more palatable excuse. Hey, how's it going? How are you today? Oh, good, and yourself? Double quote. I'm never good. Most days I'm far from good. However, the generic workplace greeter really doesn't care that my AC is busted. I'm behind on my car payment. And I got a hemorrhoid the size of a walnut burning my asshole. Probably saying how good something is that someone has given you, a meal they have made you, a birthday present etc, when by definition half of them are below average.